Recently, I completed a 54-day novena. Now, for those of you who may not be familiar, a novena is often practiced in Catholicism, and it's typically 9 days of very focused prayer on in meditation, like on a special request to God, Goddess, Source, Creator. And let me take it a step back. I did grow up Catholic, but I do not consider myself Catholic now. I probably will do a separate video at some point on actually how the rosary has helped me to at least have some healing work done in that regard. But for today, what I want to really note is my experience with the novena. I recognize that there is power in prayer, and really like prayer, setting an intention, spells, like it's honestly all the same. At least how I view it. You're using the power of your intention, your focused attention, and asking and recognizing like, hey, I could use help beyond my own effort. I am reaching out to the divine for assistance. And I firmly believe that, where it's amazing when we can work in concert with God, Source, Creator, with the universe, and bringing things to life in our lives. Like that's where the magic happened, instead of like allowing the ego structure to think, oh, I have to do everything myself. Like, no, life gets way more fun when we can work with the divine. I will at least say that. So in this novena, that's what I was praying on. Clear communication with God, and just learning how to pray again, and learning not only how to pray for myself, but even for my loved ones, and for my legacy, and for humanity, and for the earth. And also, my prayer included how to listen. How, with all of my senses, my claircognizance, my clairsentience, my clairvoyance, clairaudience, and I don't know what it's actually called, but clairsmelliance, because sometimes like spirit will communicate with you through smells. I don't know what it's actually called, but that's just what I call it. And so anywho, that was my prayer every day. And holy crap, it was the most beautiful experience, enriching experience that I ever could have asked for, with a simple request, because I was finding between every bead, probably should have grabbed my rosary for this, but between every bead, it was like infinity. That's the only way I can describe it. I'd say a Hail Mary, and then it was just like this like golden space for a miracle to occur. And I'll even note how I tend to pray the rosary. I've changed the prayer in a way that aligns with me, but I actually also will practice, like if I'm feeling called, like Om Tare Tutare Ture Soha, where that's working with green Tara to help release attachments to suffering, or Om Mani Padme Hum, working with Kuan Yin to give myself love and compassion when I need it. And again, when there's like the spaciousness, when I allowed myself space instead of trying to rush through in between the beads, it literally was like infinity. And it was such an incredible experience. And what was amazing too, there'd be times where I'd be in the middle of like praying the rosary, and then all of a sudden, boom, something I had been stuck on in like an area of my life, all of a sudden I would get a solution, a divine solution to that. And it was just like, yes, oh my gosh, way better than what my ego could have come up with. So it was a really, really empowering experience. Typically novenas are 9 days, but I was doing it with the Way of the Rose. And I did love, honestly for me, I really wanted to do 54 days because it was something I needed to reconcile and practice of setting aside the time to communicate with God. I'll also share something really cool that I did during this novena was I decided, so I wanted to pray a decade for my ancestors. And so for my maternal side, I did decide to learn Mother Mary in French. And so when I would do my prayers for my ancestors, and also even for my living relatives, I, would do 5 in English and then 5 in French to honor both sides of my lineage. So, I just wanted to share this in case you've been curious about whether it's working with mala beads, prayer beads, rosary, the use of working with beads, it just helps to keep your focus. And I don't know, for me, I especially love, it's that intersection between spirit and form and being connected with the earth. I love that. So I wanted to share my novena experience with you in case you've been curious and wanting to explore this. You could totally start with a 9-day novena and something that maybe you're really seeking divine support for. And it could be as simple as, hey, I just want clear communication with you, God, with you, my higher self, with my spirit guides, or clear communication with my spouse or something, anything. It can be anything. But it was a really neat and empowering experience that I just wanted to share with you all. So I really hope that you get something from this. And of course, maybe you've had your own novena experience, I would love to hear your thoughts. So thank you for listening today.